This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I think most of you are familiar faces, but I just always have my intro on these. So Global from Asia, we started as a podcast back in 2013 to, honestly, it was about Hong Kong business to help people learn about Hong Kong company setup and banking and operating their international business from Hong Kong. But of course, the world has changed quite a bit since then. And we also are expanding. Of course, Amazon's been hot. We are always about cross-border e-commerce, cross-border trade from Asia and the world. Then we have podcast, videos, events, which of course, events, well, this is an event, right? And of course, we have our membership where you can get insights and more of these. We usually do these for private for the GFA VIPs, but today and the last few weeks have been very different for all of us. So we're always trying new things. And this is just some of the things we do. We always appreciate your feedback. And usually we do it in an event, in a place, and we have these private forums, and we do these kind of calls where we have people from all around the world dialing in and sharing. I really want you guys, I know you want to listen, but I also really depend on you to engage. That's what makes these different than like a podcast or a video is the people on the call we want to share. So I know some of you have some questions and input already. So so we can do that. Just put some pictures here. Also keep in mind Cross-Border Summit is still on the agenda. I mean, of course, right now I'm literally in a quarantine lockdown in China right now. I didn't expect to, nobody expected to be in lockdown, but I didn't even expect to be in China right now. But still, save the date, November 19th and 20th in Chiang Mai, Thailand. It'll be our first time out of mainland China, and we have a great venue lined up and amazing speakers. So definitely keep that in mind. And that's actually one of our highlights of the year is just getting all these amazing people. We try to get everybody to know each other. Okay. And I'm just looking at the chat too. So Magic Book, her name, it's Alice from Sino Carry. And yeah, it's the first time you've dialed in. So thanks so much, Alice, for joining us today. Um, I'm gonna just jump right in. So the story, let's go to the story. So it started with this letter I put out this morning in the WeChat groups, and it'll be a newsletter going out in a couple of hours in a different format, and it's also a video. It says launching a group buy factory direct platform during COVID-19 pandemic. So I wrote this morning. As always, the world is going real, honestly, it's been so challenging or changing. I think anybody on this call would agree with the trade war last year, the Hong Kong uprising, whatever you want to call it, in between this virus and other things. So obviously, where most of us are working at home now, we're in lockdown, where businesses are closed, and people have been just asking for the keywords masks, but it's not just masks, it's all these different supplies from the world's factory, which is still in China. And we are seeing people in our various social media groups and seeing people in emails and social media to me looking for these supplies and just crazy amounts of things happening. Um, so we are, watching this closely. And for those that don't know, I used to do sourcing. That's how I first came to China. I first came to China in 2007 to buy products from factories. I was selling bar and kitchen supplies on eBay and my website. Back then, Amazon wasn't that big a deal, but we did have someone on Amazon. Um, and so that was since 2004. I've been doing e-commerce. So then when I got stuck in this quarantine and when I started seeing all these people going crazy about masks and supplies, it made me think about the old times, like the old sourcing days or the old China buying days when people had no idea what they were doing, right? I feel like so many people trying to buy these masks have no clue what they're doing, right? I don't know if you would agree with me, but I think there's people I never heard of buying from factories or both that are living in Asia or China or Europe or US. Everybody's just trying to buy these things. Even the governments and overseas have no clue how to buy from these factories, right? And so we've already heard, I don't know about you, but I've already been hearing stories of people getting ripped off or scammed, paying WeChat money or bank transfers and not getting the goods, getting blocked on WeChat or bad quality. You know, it's just the whole classic stories. You know, we don't need to get so much into it. So when I got stuck in this quarantine, honestly, it really clicked in my mind. There's a project that I had been working on many years ago that took me to China, and the name is loadpipe.com. The idea is to help people, because I'm a small buyer. I was always a small buyer. I was like an eBay seller, a website, you know, e-commerce seller. I didn't have these huge volumes from like what normally people were buying from factories were. And so this is meant to be for small buyers like wholesalers or distributors that might not be able to hit the large numbers. And I'm seeing this happening in this industry right now, right? People need these supplies, but the factories are overloaded, and then we don't know what factories even have capacity. We don't know what factories are real. Everybody's becoming a mask factory. So it just seems like this is the time to do this system, and this is a time where we all gotta. Oh, sorry, James. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm trying my best. I'm on quarantine internet, but I will record this. It's being recorded. I will get you a recording. I hope the audio is better for everybody. I literally have a lapel mic on, so I'm recording this for the podcast. And but basically the main value, okay, thanks, Samuel. The main value, I think, of so many years for Gold from Asia, I'll be honest, this, okay, thanks, boss. You guys hear me? I think the main thing we've been building is content, of course, but also community and trust. And I've been trying to find the right way to position it to better add value to the system, to the world, to the ecosystem, to the people in this network. And I think we should use this opportunity to start this system. You know, we think about SARS, we think about other kinds of tragic events or global events or recessions, like PayPal was born when there was recessions. I really believe that there's an opportunity to make something great together, and that's what I want to talk about today. And those on the call, I really hope can be a significant part of that. So the idea is these factories are just, you know, I have this mask. Actually, it was James that helped me in a WeChat. He saw me wearing the wrong mask. I was wearing a anti-pollution mask. I don't know if you can see it, but I learned that this is not. And Wendy also, my wife told me also that this is not a gonna help me protect me or protect others from the coronavirus. So I switched to this one that I had. Actually, Mark from Offer Rock Capital gave me this in Manila when the volcano erupted. That's how I got my first mask. Actually, when the volcano erupted was when the first time I wore a mask. So people, these factories, you know, they're only looking at, you know, they're really taking advantage of us. I was talking to Antoine in WeChat earlier, and he says, yeah, these factories are just not paying attention to us, or they just want big numbers, or they already have enough customers now. And then there's people that never made a mask before that are becoming a mask factory or becoming a factory of other of these medical supplies. So we're looking to benefit everybody in our community to help, you know, find the best factories at the best prices, to help facilitate the best quality and the best delivery to our customers, our buyers, people that need these products. For example, I have a friend, Andrew, in New York City, and he worked with me on Wall Street, actually at Deutsche Bank, and he messaged me on Facebook, and his wife is having a baby next week, and he is freaking out because there's lockdown and all this emergencies. And so he's asking me, he wants to buy some kind of this equipment, some masks. He has no idea what it is. He has no idea how to get it. and he's just asking me how does he buy this. I'm getting tons of messages like this, and I want to make an easier system for these people to be able to get access to these products. So we are basically putting the system together, and it is called Loadpipe. Actually, this slide is I made this slide deck in 2008, if you can believe that, and it didn't have to change too much. I don't want to really make up. This actually meant to be a pitch deck, um, but I think this can give you guys a good idea of what this is meant to be. New York Bar Store was my e-commerce business I started, and yeah, I started sourcing from China because I was having trouble getting these products, and I wanted to help these companies get a supply chain system to be able to group buy, to work as a community, to track their orders, to track the quality, to track the delivery, and basically make things happen. Yeah, see, I didn't update it. I thought I was gonna launch this in 2008 Q4. I just never knew when was the right time to launch it. So I just think I have I have code, I have systems, I have business plans. So it basically is a third party mediator to help two parties get a job done without going to getting, basically getting to know you process. People are just rushing to buy from mask factories. They don't know. They're just trying to wire money, and they we need to make milestones, we need to have negotiations, dispute resolutions, we need to have all these different service providers which are in our community, from sourcing companies, logistics, brokers, warehouses, and all. So we are putting this all together in a system to allow you to log in to check your status of your systems, and mostly this is for small buyers, small SMEs, to find a deal, make a deal, track the deal, and repeat the deal. And I don't want to waste so much time. I'd rather talk to you guys today. But the main point is for buyers and sellers and agents. Honestly, I respect the agent. I know a lot of you guys are in the sourcing and logistics, we need that. We're not just trying to have buyers sellers directly dealing with each other because they don't know how to do it. We need this whole ecosystem of specialists. So we have a way to work with that together. This is a little bit more complex system. Also, I don't know if you guys know Chance Jiang. I don't know if Chance is on the call today. So Chance has been a speaker at our events, and I met him at a startup weekend in Guangzhou in like 2011, maybe. I think 2011. And he's a skilled developer for a Chinese team that does English and Chinese development for WeChat, and he's on board to help develop this with us. I made a quick MVP, and let me just show you really quickly the system. And then I think we can talk about it. So this is a quick landing page. That's the video I sent this morning. And there's a group, there's a buyer, supplier, and service provider. And then there's a way to sign up. And I have a login ready. I need another browser. So once you log in, it's very simple right now. Honestly, this is just called an MVP, minimum viable product. I'm a believer in a lean startup. So right now, these are products we have from Andy Church and Eno at Insight Quality. You've probably seen them in our community. So we have a few masks. There's a couple other products that they have, and they have given us pricing. This is on a 500 piece level. If you want to buy on a higher volume, the price can go down. And these are 3-ply surgical masks, just a standard blue. You can check the different measurements. And there they did a great job. They put together a spec sheet, and it's very clear. And you can view all of this information right on the page, so that you can understand it's CE and FDA approved. There's HS code for your customs checking, the payment terms, the size. The MOQ is 100,000 pieces. So yeah, that's the whole point. That's what Loadpipe is here, right? So if you're only able or willing to buy 500 pieces, you would get this this price. We can discuss about lowering the price or bargaining more, but at this level, if you want to get a better price or you want to buy more, right now it's a little bit manual. Honestly, I built this just in WordPress with WooCommerce with some extensions and plugins. So I'd have to upgrade your account to a distributor level, and then there's distributor pricing. This is wholesaler pricing. And then there's no payment right now. It's bank transfer. So right now, by making the purchase of maybe the 500 or 1,000 or however many you want to buy, you would then make a deposit. A lot of people in the community have been getting it's a refundable deposit for a real reason, but we need to hold some money to make sure that everybody's committed to this order, and this would be ready in April. We'd have to confirm this before the end of March 31st. So these are the first three. I'm going to add some thermometers. We want a $300 deposit that we use to your order, and you can read this. The certificates are not provided because we cannot reveal the factory until someone has made a commitment. I don't want to be, and the other reason is we might have multiple factories. We would verify these, and for this deal, we would work with Insight Quality, and we would work, I believe I'm confirming with Fulfillment Bridge as a shipping company, but we could talk to others. I know Magic is here from Carry. I know there's other service providers that do logistics. We can talk to everyone. They've talked to us that says that they can do masks, and masks can arrive in the US so long as it's less than 5 kilograms right now. So they said if it's a bigger order of more, okay. Is the connection okay? I'm just seeing in chat, So the way it would work with these masks, because there's some customs issues or there's some delays in the shipping, what these fulfillment companies and shipping companies have been telling us, I don't know if others have different feedback, is that there have to be smaller shipments. So if you did order that was more than 3 kilograms, it would need to be split into multiple child orders. And then that would be settled and quoted after. So this would be the basic idea. And then the community part is missing because I don't know how to develop that in this current MVP model. But the point, once it's actually a complete system, you would be able to almost kind of like a Kickstarter or Indiegogo. You would be able to comment and view the order as it happened and talk to the vendor as a group, so that we would all kind of know where we're going with this order, and ensure that it is delivered and it is completed. And there would be, of course, some rating systems and feedback and history and credits that would be added on. This is a very basic system. It's basically a B2B shopping cart right now. But talking to Chance Chung, our developer partner, and one of his lead developers, he agrees to just make a very simple service. It's more about the community. It's more about the use case. So I think I am done discussing this right now, and I would love to have some input or questions from those on the call. This is the main idea. And then also we could do it as some people want to do donations. Yeah, I mean, anything is possible. This would be, you would buy it and it would have a shipping address. So if you want to ship it to a different location, you would just put that in your order. If you're going to have multiple orders, I would suggest you make multiple checkouts and make multiple transactions with a different shipping address for each. Oh, Chance is here. Cool. And Florian, great. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I know most people on the call. It's really great to talk to you. So maybe you're shy because it's recording, so I can turn off the recording, and then maybe we can have some more interaction. How does that sound? Because I don't want to just talk myself to death like I do all the time. So I'll hit the recording off, and then
This conference will now be recorded.